but it's actually, let's see, it was cold in the coffee. What do you think? Well, this thing is scraping the 4-barrel.
Oh, okay. That's too bad.
That's what came off it, but I can't get it so that the 4-barrel will open. The 4-barrel hits on it. So
you need another spacer.
Well,
maybe.
I don't want to waste the kit on experimenting. And I took the carburetor off and drained it, turned it upside down, blew in the intake and turned the carburetor till I couldn't blow, which meant the needle and seat were hitting, and it leaked by. It leaked by. So I took it apart. Everything looked clean. Put it back together. Actually, I didn't put it back together. I took it apart and I checked it when it was apart. And when I got it on an angle and opened up the floats, blowing on the intake, it was a definite stop. You know what I mean? Like there was no leaking by on either one of the needles, on either one of the float assemblies. So I put it back together. And but it was leaking by. So I think there might have been a smidgen of dirt there. Or by taking 3 carburetors and making one, I mismatched things and it's going to work just as bad as it did before, and there was nothing wrong with the floats.
I might have a. Well, still would.
Well, that came off it, and they had it all reamed out so it would work, but I can't seem to get the carburetor to fit there. I can't. Like the 4-barrel is still hitting it. Like I just grounded a little bit. But I do have the kit, but as I said, since I don't know anything, I don't want to waste the kit.
I wouldn't tell everybody that.
Well,
would you be allowed to cut that?
I don't know.
Would you be allowed to do that?
Is that normal?
Well, there's things you can buy that
don't even have the centerpiece.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you can. I mean, it's up to you. I mean.
Yeah.
Like you could just,
it's pretty bad when you have to go back to experimenting on how it works when it's already been designed.
You got fire now?
Yes.
I want you to show me how you got fire. How many wires
CDI.
did you, how many
CDI does not hook up like points.
Okay.
It gets its power from the red wire on the positive side, goes to the CDI. The signal back on the black wire goes to the negative on the coil for the impulse to tell the coil when to fire, the same thing as points do.
So you had 3 wires instead of 2.
Two wires, red and black.
That's it.
But the red went to power, positive side on the coil.
Well, didn't you do that when we were here?
No, we did everything but that.
Oh.
Every combination possible but that.
Oh, I thought you put the red wire on the live side.
Oh, no, everything but. Everything but. But anyway, the CDI has to have its power, and that's where it picks it up on the positive side of the coil.
Where was you putting the red wire at?
On the red wire goes to the positive side of the coil.
I understand that, but where was you putting the red wire when we were here?
On the negative side.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
The same as points. But anyway, yeah, well, I didn't know much more than you did, and you didn't know about any of the things I was doing, and I didn't know about any of the things I was doing.
I thought you put the red wire on the positive side and the black wire on the negative side.
No, actually we didn't, or we would have had fire.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
No worries.
But anyway, I had it all apart and I studied it. All the floats on all 3 carburetors are, when the needle hits seat, they're all the same. They're all 3 are the same, and according to the book, the book tells you the measurements, but it looks right. I didn't measure any, but all 3 carburetors lift up and are the same. So, and this was the same, so I didn't bother messing with it. I left it right where it was. But when you turn it up, the gas that poured out was clean. But anyway, you turn it upside down and you blow into it, and the needles and seats are hitting because the floats are up, right? So you.
Okay, see.
There. As soon as the floats hit the seat, as soon as the needles hit the seat, there's no blowing in it. When I first took it off, it leaked by. I think there was a smidgen of dirt under one of the needles. Or the mismatch of all these 3 carburetors that are slightly different is mechanically wrong, and it's when we start it up, it's going to flood and gas going to pour everywhere. Because I don't think you can, when carburetors are a little different, I don't think you can actually interchange parts. But, well, right or wrong, I did. And the worst thing was, 2 tops were similar and 2 bottoms were similar, but they were not on. Okay, number 3 carburetor had the same bottom as number 1, and number 2 and number 3 had the same tops, but number 3 and number 2 tops were totally different. So, and I needed the bottom base on number 2 because my throttle hooked up pushing forward, when these other 2 carburetors, the throttle hooked up pulling backwards, and I had no way of hooking up the throttle. So I used the base off mine, but mine, the top 2 pieces need a total cleaning, and everything's stuck down inside. All the balls, like they're real dirty inside. When number 3 carburetor was all clean, so I put number 3 top on and the base, but the bases actually look all the same except for the linkages are different. But anyway, I got 2 fire extinguishers.
What are you playing, a bomb going on?
I'd rather this thing be outdoors for trying to get it going.
I understand that.
As I said, when I had it running, I had more gas pouring out the side of the carburetor than I had in the carburetor and going to the motor. It also killed at least 4 spark plugs. It was running on like 4 cylinders. Yeah. And there's the spark plugs right there. I put new ones in. And anyway,
are you going for it again?
Well,
just a second. Listen, I'm learning here as what's going on here. When I look at that, there's more than 2 wires there.
No, 2 wires.
Yeah, but there's one here too.
Oh, that's for the thermostat.
Okay.
This is the CDI wire. Yeah. Red and black, and I got it hooked in. I also resistor is not being used. The resistor is for the points. The resistor is to change from 12 volt to 6 volt for the points.
So it was just
that's eliminated. It's not being used. So the CDI gets its power.
I'm confused because with the day that we did that. We hooked the red wire on the positive side. You kept saying that. Red wire on the positive side, the black side on the negative side.
No.
You didn't do it?
No, I never said that.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you said red wire from the key.
Yes, from the key.
Goes to the power side.
It wasn't red wire, it was the yellow wire.
Okay.
Yellow or black. But the ignition goes to the positive side of the coil. Yes.
And I thought you were saying that the whole time.
Yes, the ignition does. The wiring harness.
Okay, so...
And there's 2 wires from the key switch, because the original system has it set up so that it gets 12 volts to the points on crankover. Well, on run, it runs off the black wire, which gives it 6 volts through the resistor. But right now we have both wires hooked up, ignition to the positive side, plus the CDI wire. Because that's where the CDI and the distributor gets its power, which is this little bit of a mess here. I didn't want.
So what you're saying is you got 3 wires on that coil.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
We only had 2 hooked up the other day. We had one on the positive side and one on the negative side.
Because we were using the resistor.
Okay, now it's coming to
Yeah, the resistor had the black wire from ignition to change it from 12 volt down to 6 volt.
So you actually got 3 wires hooked to the coil?
Yes.
Okay.
On the positive side, and the black wire from the CDI goes to the negative side.
Okay.
To act as points.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But the CDI had to get its power, so it gets it from the positive side. I have an idea the CDI could have got it from the fuse box, like anywhere, power, right? But power is the positive side of the coil, so that's where it picked it up.
Okay.
But anyway, The four
I just
barrels
remember you
seem to
take
scrape
that-
on it right there. It shouldn't, but
It
it
is.
came off. This is what was on it.
Yeah.
And according to when I have it up on my hand, it misses. But when I put the carburetor there, the four barrel doesn't open up all the way. It scrapes, it hits. So
Yeah.
anyway, I just grounded it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it on again.
Right on.
But anyway, these... But it did have leak by on the needle and seat when I... Okay.
She's rocking there a little bit. She's sitting flush.
Well, no. That little arm down here on the four barrel has to go straight down to be opened up all the way.
It won't open.
And look how it's sticking. See? Right there, that little shiny part.
Yeah.
Push this coil. There, see it's sticking right there?
Yeah.
That's hitting that gasket.
You should be able to just turn it upside down and see that, would you not? Jimbo?
It's working better than it was.
Jimbo?
What?
If you put that gasket on the carburetor, you'd be able to tell it to open it upside down, would you not?
Yes, but the studs take out the adjustment. When I have it on the bench,
No, I
when
understand
I have it on
that.
the bench, I can, oh, geez, that'll miss. But when I put it on the studs, all of a sudden, no. Nope,
Well, if you kept the studs lined up, put a bolt through it, you would know. It doesn't seem like it's sitting very nice either.
no, it is when I hold it down tight. Yeah, but it's working better than it was, but I think, I'll turn that light on. Watch it. It is a 100-watt light bulb. It is. It is. Come on. Okay.
Well, you don't want the light in your face?
Okay.
Yeah.
No. See, if I lift up on this, that's the four barrel. Supposed to go way down there. Look, see?
Yep.
That one right right there.
Why don't you just cut that thing open?
See? Okay.
Well, that's up to you. It's not.
Well, no. There's no harm here because nothing is going to happen any worse than what I've already done and plan on doing next.
And you got a fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
That's true, though.
But-
you should have like a mini.
But it is hitting that. It is hitting that. Now, if I had a gasket to put on top of that, one thin gasket without that cut out, it would probably miss.
It might.
Without cutting it. See, this is all metal.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a tangled mess trying to cut it. Jagged metal. It's kind of like
you know how I cut
cutting
it?
up.
Is that cut?
It's pretty jaggedy stuff. It's like weaving metal intertwined. It's kind of like trying to cut steel wool
You know what that's
with a
like,
razor
huh?
blade.
Cutting steel wool with a razor blade. I can't imagine it.
Well, that, like as I said, it's not fiber. It's brass and metal.
Yeah.
But it's scraping. But if I had a gasket that went on the outside, that would space it up just enough that the butterflies would hit or it would miss this edge. But the one gasket I have, I think is ripped. Oh wait, no! I got a whole pile of gaskets right here. Wow, look at that. Ask and you shall receive.
Is that how it goes, Jimbo, here?
Yeah.
You ask and you shall receive?
Yeah.
There you go, you take that. Okay, I don't want nothing to do with it.
But anyway, now these, if you say that center can be cut out,
Well, I mean,
technically
I'm just saying, like, if it's hitting,
it can't work anyway.
that's probably
Where's
what
my
I would do.
scissors?
That's probably what I would do.
Scissors.
Scissors?
Yeah.
Don't know, man.
So you went all the way across the world between a couple of days ago and now.
We did. Look at that now. Okay, there you go. There you go. Now I know what you're doing. Yeah, cool.
Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I mean, I would just do whatever. I don't know.
No.
I'm the kind of guy that if something don't work, I just keep going, keep trying. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like making adjustments.
That's all I ever do is make adjustments. If it don't work, I'll try something different. See, that's why I thought on the wires here, we must have tried it all to hook it up backwards.
No, we didn't try that one combination.
Oh, well.
That's pretty thin.
I would have tried that combination. I would have. Just because if something don't work, do it and do it again.
No problem. Well, I know when you're trying to make one side look the same as the other side in adjustment things,
yeah.
and you keep trimming, it's like taking a table and it rocks. So you grab your saw and you saw off one of the legs a little bit. And then it rocks a little bit more. Oh my God, I still messed up. Over there needs to be cut. So you cut over here. Well, after a little while, by the end of the day, you got a footstool.
You got a coffee table.
That still probably rocks. You know, well, here, we can only go so far in disaster. But anyway, that
doesn't line up at all. Look at that. What's that going on there? That's weird.
Oh, these are homemade.
Just a minute. What's that?
Homemade. Oh, I might have it upside down.
Is that your car?
What?
Oh, someone up the road must be the alarm.
Okay, that fits there. Yeah,
yeah, we picked up a station wagon yesterday.
Yeah, I saw the video. I didn't have a chance to watch it yet, but I saw it.
Oh, well, yeah, we forgot something too. There's some gasket stuff there, though.
Yeah, that's
good stuff, isn't it?
Yep.
I've got some at home.
Okay, this seems to go on here.
I haven't got my marker on me. I changed my pants this morning, or I'd have a marker with me.
No, it's okay. These are already made. I just got to find the exact right spot where they had them. And all should be good. But I don't want to ruin that brand new kit at this time.
You're going to wait to ruin it.
Well, yes, not today. I don't mind. Like, I don't want the motor flooded down with gas again, but that is kind of the chance that I'm going to be taking here if we get that carburetor back on. There. Now, that bolted on.
Can you cut that back there a little bit?
Actually, when it's lined up, it's not bad.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
I've seen how easy you cut that.
I know. Yeah.
Do.
Well, we don't have to win any races this afternoon, so the car... You
haven't got no races on?
No, not in this thing.
Jeez, I just started drinking that coffee this morning. I thought I was going to have to race to the back of the toilet again. Yay.
No
races this afternoon.
No.
Well, it's nicer in here with the door open, eh?
It was cold.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, the needle and seat leaked by a little tiny bit. And I'm hoping that was what the problem was. Because after I took it apart a little bit and put it back together and checked it again, it was definite a stop. There was no blowing through the gas line. So, okay, that should fit on there a little better than it did.
That gives you a little more room, doesn't it?
Yeah,
And there's a third one there too, if you need it, isn't there?
Shouldn't need it. Like that'll give. Oh, I put that on backwards. Why didn't you tell me?
I'm gonna stay out of this one, Jim. I thought
On this way. The big loops are in the
I'm
back.
staying out of this.
The big loops are in the back.
I'm here to hear this thing run. Did it sound good when you?
Yes, except for it was running on 5 cylinders because it flooded so bad the back half the manifold flooded out those back cylinders and killed the plugs. It was running on the front cylinders. And all these little cavities here were all salt full of gas, and gas was pouring out everywhere. Well, there. Well,
But a speck of dirt under the needle and seat will do that. And, or mismatched carburetor parts that don't fit and work well will probably might do that too.
I might have a carburetor over there.
I was talking to one guy this morning. He put a Holly on his Oldsmobile. Ooh, yeah, we got just enough room for the nuts. Okay, let's see if the 4-barrel works. Whoop, whoop. And it still sticks.
Just a minute now.
See,
quite a bit of
4-barrel stuck wide open.
Damn it.
That would be a good race. Yep. Oh, it's working a little better now. But it is sticking. See, right in there, it's that little thing.
Could it be the could it be the
No, no, because when I have this up in the air, when I have it up in the air.
Well, you got one more there and you've got room for nuts. Haven't you got one more thing there?
See, look, works perfect.
Okay.
So it must still be hitting that. Wow, that came off it. You know what I mean? Off one motor. This was on the other motor. And now I got everything on there. Should be spaced. Should be should be a mile of room for that to miss.
You pulled that gasket head a little bit. Looked a little better. Hitting, eh?
I did, didn't I?
You pulled the gasket
look.
head. Hitting?
No, the 4-barrel. Stuck wide open. It's getting better, but oops, screwdriver. It's getting better, but it's still hitting that.
You got another paper gasket over there. Why don't you throw that one on?
I'm going to have to, because it's still touching the edge of that.
Okay.
I'm running out of room for the nuts to go on those studs too.
I see that. But just think how fast the carburetor is going now if you only got 2 threads.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Don't try this at home, eh?
Yeah. It's kind of I think they make shows on TV about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How not to do it.
How not to do it.
Okay. Yeah. Well. We get enough spacers on there. That 4-barrel should work.
Imagine.
See here, the 4-barrel, no signs of that sticking whatsoever. But, well.
Does your gasket have to be pushed full ahead?
Oh, it's hitting even worse now. No, the gasket has to be pushed ahead.
That's what I said.
Oh, I was pushing the gasket back.
Yeah. Yeah, the gasket has to be
Might
pushed.
not need this. It's kind of like doing your timing on the old Studebaker or something. And I got it retarded or advanced. And my buddy says, oh, turn it just a little bit more. So I turn it. And they said, oh my God, Jim, you turned it the wrong way. What do you mean I turned it the wrong way? And sure enough, I turned it the wrong way. Like to make that miss, I've been pushing that gasket back when I should be pulling it. Now, how would I possibly manage to do that?
Well, it's a very easy thing to do.
Oh, carburetor gets pushed back, gasket gets pushed ahead.
There you go.
And now look.
Got it?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. Okay, I'll just make sure that gasket's pushed ahead. Gasket's pushed ahead. Carburetor goes on, gets pushed back that little tiny bit. And the throttles and the 4-barrel stuck wide open.
Imagine when you go to push that carburetor back, it slides the gasket back at the same time, probably.
Maybe it's that little burr right there where the die grinder caught it.
I know, I'd fix that. I'd take the die grinder and cut the center of that big one.
Well, it's awful. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll have to.
Not a die grinder, but a zip cut, I mean.
Yeah. Because it's, but it is awful fibery metal stuff.
What are you going to do now?
I was just going to tap that little burr in.
Okay. I'm going to see you start getting hammered. I'm thinking, wow,
Well,
he's going to get serious.
it's a kind of a metal gasket, so if I can kind of sort of manipulate it, go back a little bit. It's like you said, it doesn't even need to be there. Okay.
Well, I just hate to see you lose the race over your four roasting.
It does hit, but it's stuck one. It's
What was that look for, Jimbo? You found something out, or you're going to do something, or?
well. Okay. No. You're going to have a cigarette, and you're going to go out there and do the grinding thing.
Where's your zip cut?
Zip cut.
He's had enough.
Yeah.
I hope I don't mess it up on you, Jimbo.
For the
But you know what? I've learned to cut things. Would you?
I'll plug it in.
Sure.
I usually go outside.
Yep, sure. Nice piece of wood right there.
Yeah. Enough's enough of that. So, other words, what we're saying is it doesn't need that X in there.
Well, whether it needs it or not, I just know your four bars aren't going to stick anymore.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't.
You know?
I shouldn't even need all those gaskets.
It should, like, yeah, I think you'll be fine now. You've got the intake has the holes, so you just need a gasket to get it up higher. That's all I would say.
I'll turn this back
If
on.
that works for you.
I believe everything's fine now.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the couple little lines on, like the one that goes to the distributor, that vacuum line, because if I can start the nut with the carburetor wobbling, it's a little easier to get the threads lined up. But those metal lines with those little fittings don't bend good. And if you can kind of wobble the carburetor till you get the threads right, because the brass strips real easy. So
before I put the bolts on the car so I can still wobble it around, I'll hook up a couple of my little lines and then put the nuts on.
Okay. I'm gonna have to.
I already dropped the wrench down in the manifold and had to look around, and I found my magnet and I got it rescued.
You dropped it down in
Oh,
there?
yeah, down.
You wouldn't want to do that. What was I saying now? We have to bring over Jim a Hiltz hat.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Well,
you haven't even got any Hiltz gear over here. How are we supposed to support? We got no Hiltz gear on you. Okay. Just hooking up that line on the side.
There, that.
Yeah, it's a scary thing to start a vehicle up inside the building without, if you can't have it get out. With, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, there's no getting this car out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we've got our building down there, and I'm scared to start anything down there in case it backfires. You know what happens? Something catches on fire. You're not getting it out, are you?
You have to put the fire out.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. You have to become a firefighter real quick.
Yep.
And with gas, it's hard to put out.
It can be.
Yeah. Remember
Yes.
Remember that day over my place there when you?
Oh, caught the Studebaker on fire.
Yeah.
And you threw a great big glass of rum or something on it, and it was just like an atomic bomb. But what it did was it blew the brake fluid or brake clean on fire off the motor, and then it spread out across the lawn just like it was an atomic bomb. And then I took my hat and put it in the fire, burnt my eyebrows off. But it made the motor look awful. Like it made squirrely black lines all over it, but it didn't burn any of the cloth wires off the car.
You were quite lucky.
And then the stupid thing, what I did was I took the brake clean and sprayed back all in around the points, and then put the cap on it and fired the thing up and drove home. And it should have just blew up. You know, because brake clean is about the most explosive chemical there is, other than WD-40. And, well, actually, it might even be worse than WD-40, but in the points where them sparking, anyway, I soaked it right down, you know, which didn't do it any good, but it did wash the points, and then I put the cap on. I didn't even blow it out or anything. I put the cap on and hit the key, and it fired right up, turned the headlights on, and drove home. But the flames were right up, out, like you couldn't even, it was terrible.
I know. I was just thinking I lost my glass of rum and it didn't help.
Wow. Pass me those 4 little nuts over there. And the trouble light, I can't see what I'm doing.
I'll hold the light.
I gotta hook this line up. I don't know what it's for, but it goes here.
Must be a vacuum.
Oh,
no, it's
over
gas.
a little time, right there. It's a vacuum line, and since there's a hole on the back of the transmission, or back of the carburetor for it, and this is the line that came off it, I'm hooking it back up. But you know, these lines, if that nut gets up there just a smidgen, it won't turn. But oh, I know what to do. There, put it over. There, that turns better now. There.
Yeah, we went up.
Oh, I don't need the light now. I got it.
We went up and bought the wagon, and when we got the wagon, Buddy had a bunch of Ford trucks there, and he gave me a 5-speed transmission. He gave me a 5-speed transmission. Bought the car and he gave me a transmission. Quite the dude, eh? Quite nice of him, really. I needed it. I wanted a standard. We bought a 351. Me and Jolene did, and I wanted to put a standard transmission behind it, and he gave me one. And I was very thankful. It was good.
5-speed.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need light now.
Everybody needs light, Jim.
Yeah. Well, Next couple of minutes, tightening up these two little lines is going to be kind of, you're going to have to entertain them with your conversation because...
You can talk and work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I should just take the choke off, but then I got holes there which I had to plug because there's the vacuum goes out to run the choke, which I'm not. I got it hooked up to cable, right?
Can I put this nut on?
Yes, yes, you sure can. There's one on the back too that can go on.
Oh, I just wanted to do this one.
Oh. Yeah.
One on the back too, he says.
Yeah, just don't drop it down in the manifold.
No. Oh, I see what you're. Yeah, you got. Wow.
Yeah, you drop it down there. The magnet may get it.
Tough Titty said the kitty with no milk.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Tough Titty said the kitty with no milk.
It's not a big deal except for these fine thread 1/2-inch nuts are in this place are pretty well used up. And most of them are coarse thread, so we'd have to dig through the junk pile, nuts and bolts.
What do you tighten your carburetor down with?
1/2-inch wrench.
What's that one?
On top by the radiator. I'm looking for a 7/16 wrench right now.
So you don't mind if I tighten them up?
No, they don't have to be that tight.
No.
Just they're probably coming back off soon enough. I'm trying to be optimistic here, but the fact really is, when I took carburetor apart after a disaster,
yeah,
I can't really say I know anything, and I can't really say I fixed it. But I do know that the needle and seat seemed to leak by. Well, I took it apart, blew it out, looked at it, put it back, kind of semi-back together, and moved it and blew on it, and it was, it didn't leak by. And I don't believe the floats are scraping on the sides of the carburetor. I just looked like there was lots of room.
You've got another one there you got to hook up in the back
yes.
too, see?
Yeah, that's...
yeah. That's underneath the carburetor.
Oh.
Damn it.
Yeah, we tightened up the bolts on the carburetor too soon.
That one there's a little bit.
Yeah, that's the 5/8. Wrench should be over there someplace.
Okay.
Good thing I didn't have my side of the carburetor tight. Well, I guess we could have always loosened it back off to get that thing.
I'm sure you'll have it back off again.
Yeah. Sometimes. There. Either lines up or it doesn't, we don't know.
Too many people working on this, you'll have a... Going in there at all? Turn, but... Nope. Push forward. Not push forward on that, will you? If you just push forward.
Oh, wait a minute. I can move this whole thing, so where do we want it exactly?
We'll just push it forward.
Maybe if I do it by fingers, there's more chance of
It's hard to turn though, the damn thing.
I know, but that's because it's there. If you do it by finger, then you know if you're on the threads.
That's true. That's true. You should
but
always...
a wrench doesn't always tell you if you're on the threads.
You got her. Once you get it started, then I can tighten it.
No, I don't. There. Gotta have it in all the way. There.
Got her now?
Yes.
Good man.
There. Yeah, you can tighten it up now.
Okay.
There.
Here we go. Okay. Yeah, that's going good now.
Yeah, if you start those brass threads by finger, that's the best way. If you use a wrench, guaranteed you're going to be cross-threaded. And strip it before you even realize you're off. And then you have to replace both pieces.
You don't want to do that.
No. I need a flat screwdriver. I got to hook up this. Oh, do we need my choke hooked up? Probably not.
Well, if you're going to dump gas and you're hooked up to a gas tank yet.
I can be in a second. No, jug right there. But I had this hooked up to manual choke.
Oh,
which I can hook back up, but I got to take that screw.
I'm gonna let you tighten up the carburetor on this side. You go over
Oh,
yours.
oh no, just
Go for it.
mediocre snug.
No. You give them what you want. That way they're done the way you want.
Oh.
I just if it needs to be tighter, go for it.
Imagine you've put more carburetors on than I have.
Probably not.
Oh, you didn't even have the back one tight at all.
Well, there you go. See, I just left it for you. I just tightened it down a little bit, and besides that, I had that piece underneath it too. Remember?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, good thing we didn't. Same as I had the same problem.
But you know what? Fiddling with this stuff, and having some of the comments come in, I am learning.
Oh no!
What?
Look at the 4-barrel's not opening. I got to readjust that. The 4-barrel is sticking. Look, it's not going down. It's that gasket on the edge someplace is still touching.
Are you serious?
Must be right on the very edge of the circles. Because it worked when it was out in the bench.
What does that doesn't? Working now?
No.
Well, that doesn't.
Can you loosen that bolt right back there?
Sure can.
A little tiny bit, just so I can rock this. I didn't have this trouble before.
That one's loose anyways.
Oh, okay. I reached down with the wrench and thought I had it, but I couldn't see what I was doing.
And I'll tell you something. That doesn't sound like it's hitting gasket. That sounds like it's hitting metal.
Well,
Doesn't it?
but it's not going down. Maybe I do have to put them gaskets in there. But it's not. No, it's just going down. Clunk, clunk, clunk. This carburetor base came off the 371. This is a different motor, right?
Okay, so now I'm getting... Okay, now I'll tell you. There we go. Now
I don't have the carburetor for this motor. This came off the 371, and the linkage pushes forward for the throttle, the same as on the firewall. My other two carburetors pull backwards, and my linkage doesn't hook up.
Well, I'm going to look at the other end and the other intake.
What's it? Well, that's where I stole the gaskets from. I don't think there's too much difference. But no, that 4-barrel is definitely not going down in there. It's definitely hitting. I thought we had that behind us. Well, I'm going to try to do it this time without unhooking those vacuum lines. I might be able to lift it up since they're all just floating, right?
You want these off?
Yeah, those.
Want that off?
You need the wrench?
No.
Okay. But yeah, the 4-barrel is definitely, at this time, we don't need the 4-barrel.
Yeah. You don't need the 4-barrel working started.
You know, but I'd kind of like to have it.
So you can win the race.
Well. Yeah. Jesus.
Just a minute now. You want me to leave them nuts right there, or
Nope,
you want them somewhere else?
I put them over on the bench.
Put them over on the bench. This is supposed to be redemption day.
There, I lift the carburetor up like that, and the 4-barrel works like $1 million. So where'd those gaskets go? At least a couple of them. Oh, right here.
You want me to help you lift that up?
Yeah, I guess.
Lift that side. I'll lift this side of the carburetor up. You lift that side.
Okay, which side do you think's the biggest anyway? I'd say the back side's the biggest.
Okay, well, I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, right.
All right. There we go. I don't know if you're going to be able to do it or not with that back line hooked up. Hitting that, see that back line hitting the...
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that can be...
taken off.
3/8 wrench. Just
what, the back line?
Yeah, no, this... No, I was just going to lift the spark plug wire mount here. 3/8, yeah.
Which one's the 3/8? 3/8?
Yeah, it's just a little tiny bolt right here.
Okay. Do. I'd say the windshield wiper had the best of her.
Unbelievable.
Well, it's almost like
I thought that 4-barrel.
it's almost like we should have just took the carburetor back off, but
Well, I don't want to take those. Well, it's only one little bolt holding this bracket down.
on that side.
Yeah, but I can spring it enough. But of course, I gotta turn the threads all the way.
It's redemption day.
What's redemption mean?
I would say proving yourself after having a boo-boo. Right?
Oh,
Redemption, you know, you've come back and you redeemed yourself.
okay.
You know what I mean? We had a boo-boo.
Vindicated.
Okay, if you want to say that. If you lost the title and then you come back and you won the title back, it's called redemption. Wouldn't that be called redemption? You redeemed yourself. Redemption, redeemed yourself. Muhammad Ali done it 3
Yeah, I
times.
don't have the bolt off all the way. I'm gonna have to.
See now, if we were, will that lift up now? It's not that easy, eh?
It will be, but the threads are dragging. I gotta turn it.
Mofo.
Turns easy enough with the wrench. Lord.
You know what? Redemption.
Just hard enough I can't turn it with my fingers. I gotta use the wrench, and it's
Yeah.
about ready to fall out and go down in and hide in that manifold.
No, don't do that.
There.
Is it coming up a little bit?
The bolt is hanging in there. There. There's the bolt right there.
Will it go up now? Will it?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I'll hold it. You put your gaskets in. If
gotta-
you can get them in.
Am I anywhere's near lined up back
On the
there?
back one, you got to go towards me a little bit. On the back
Oh,
one.
I'm-
On the back one.
Yeah. Can't say this is how we're supposed to do it.
I know one thing that's hard to hold up that way. You got it on there? Yeah.
Well, it's on
Not in the back, it didn't.
there.
Didn't like that, but anyway, took a junk out of it.
Where?
Ready?
I believe so.
Let's get this carburetor on now. Get you off. There you go. Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
4-barrel is still. The 4-barrel is still jamming. Okay. Yeah, stuck wide open, 4-barrel. Unbelievable.
Pull the carburetor head. Or the carburetor back and the gasket head.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, Jim. When you got it all cut out while it's hitting.
I know. See here, 4-barrel works 100%. No sticking whatsoever. It's spring loaded. It comes right back just as fast every single time.
Which way is the plate opening? Is the plate opening this way?
Yeah.
Or the plate opening that way?
This way.
Well, there's nothing in the center to catch it, you know.
There. It actually appears to be working. Nope,
Yay!
stuck wide open.
Huh?
4-barrel stuck wide open. I don't know if any of this is doing us any good. It sort of works. It's trying to work. Like, it's trying to work. It's working fine right now, but I know probably as soon as I tighten up them bolts, yeah, it's working fine right now.
Okay, well, let's put the bolts on it. Let's put the bolts on it. Come on. And then we'll
Okay, there's your side.
Well, we're going to switch sides now, are we?
You own that side now.
I own that side now?
Yeah, it's your side now.
All right.
That spark plug wire bracket can be put
On
tightened
any
up
time.
a little bit later. I'll just make sure I don't throw away this bolt. But if we tighten up these bolts and the 4-barrel still works, we can consider that successful. But
we'll see.
yeah, we'll know soon. But
I want to hear this thing till he goes.
well,
It'll start
I
with
put
4 barrels.
I put 4 or 8 new spark plugs in because I lost 4 of them. Like, it flooded real bad.
Yeah. Jim, you gotta stop playing with that.
It's stuck wide open right now. 4 barrel.
That's all right. That's when you jam her down with your foot and get it to unstick.
Yeah, 4 barrel is.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why that's happening.
Also, I have a spacer that you could probably get. You'd have to put 4 new studs in, but I have a spacer over there.
It's a little higher.
Yeah. That would help, but you'd have to put new studs in, obviously.
Yeah.
That would
Well, I put those studs in.
Okay, well that would fix that with the spacer. That wouldn't hurt it from getting run. You don't need the 4 barrels on it anyway, sitting here running, would you, Jimbo?
No, but the buggers are sticking. They're not bad, but they are. They are hitting. I think they're actually hitting the manifold.
Well, that's what it. Yeah. It sounds like it's not hitting it.
Like you said, it sounded like metal.
Yeah, it's not. Didn't sound like a gasket, but. And we have a spacer over there that you could put on that. Actually,
they're working now.
Whoop whoop.
Okay.
Jolene was telling me, or you got an intake with 2 4s on.
Yes, we'll go grab that.
Well, we want to make you a trade.
A trade?
Yeah.
Oh, here's a wrench if you want it.
We forgot to bring our trade in.
Oh, you got a trade.
We forgot.
A 6 or a 3 2-barrel HJH or J2 manifold for a 371 Oldsmobile?
No. Jolene's got a...
Well, I got enough trouble with 1 carburetor. If I had 3, I'd never have any luck. 3 times the gas dumping.
Well, it happens, Jimbo. It happens. Shit happens.
Well, a little sticky, but it's... See, right there. 4-barrel is stuck wide open.
Well, you'll have to try it with...
It's actually 9 out of 10 times the 4-barrel is coming back. So it's working better than it has the last 10 times we've tried.
You wouldn't, you could put a little, like a
Yeah,
little bit of lubrication on that linkage would help.
I should have had you grind the edge of the manifold off, I guess.
No, I don't think we want to go there, but...
Yeah. Throttle. Put this throttle back up.
This is going on here, Jimbo?
Yeah, if you think you can... Oh, got to cut it off. I had to cut it in order to get it off. It came off hard. So this has to be recut. Then you got to stick needle nose pliers there, manipulate the rubber, almost put a heat gun on it to get it shoved up over here because that's one size too small.
I see that. I was thinking...
And I had on there, now it was a bugger to get off, but I had on there and...
Where's your...
Now it's got to go back on there again.
I'm just going to cut it off with a pair of
red, yeah, the red shears right there were pretty good, but yeah, it's got to go back on.
How far you want me cut back? Far as
not too long.
That threaded part?
Well, anywhere you want.
Well.
Yeah, no, anywhere you think you might be able to get it back on there.
Do, 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 do. Well, razor blades have been something weird. want to put a little slippery stuff in that. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, that moves up and down. That makes it easier. Jeez. There we go. Well, it appears to be all right. I don't see it sticking at all now. Yeah, it goes on there. Oh, you got it pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I'm impressed because I
Thanks, Jimbo.
had you had more strength than me. I tightened up. This was seeping a little bit the other day, so I grabbed my 1/2-inch wrench and went around and snugged all those bolts a little tighter. And I strained, and my arms are so weak for some reason that I had to use my whole body strength, and I blew another blood thing in my eye. See?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that's twice now in like 2 months. I can't tighten some. If I strain and tighten something, my whole body goes like that, and my eyes turn red. So I guess I better. Oh, the comments are going to be, oh, that's because you smoke cigarettes, gentlemen. Well, yeah, dead before my time. Okay, what do you think? Oh, air breather thing.
Well, do you want me to put this?
I forgot about my coffee.
You better get your coffee, and you got a little sangy there too, actually.
Oh, the food will have to wait till after. But the coffee, this goes in here. You know, to prevent fires, other than gas pouring out here, which like that's the thing. But when you pour the gas down your carburetor, and then you go and start it, it's really a good idea to put the air breather on.
Yeah.
Like pour a little gas in it, put the air breather on, then crank it, get it going, stalls. Take the air breather off, pour a little bit more in if you want. But if you leave it, like if it backfires, it's going to be on fire. If it backfires, and backfire means lean on gas, so it comes up through the carburetor. And if it backfires, it'll catch on fire without the air breather. But if you have an air breather, it won't catch on fire.
So well, this is on the to fill the bowls in the carburetor. Is it this way you fill the bowls in this one?
Yes, this is the 4-barrel back here.
Yeah, but
it's closed off.
Yeah, but to fill the
Yeah.
fuel, like the floats up. Is these right here? Is that how you float it up?
Well, actually, when you dump gas in, it doesn't do anything in the chamber of the carburetor.
Okay, but
when you pour it there, that's the manifold.
Oh, yeah,
that's open to the manifold.
No, what I'm saying is, if you had to squeeze gas in there, wouldn't that fill where the bowls are?
No, it goes directly through that opening that we've had trouble with the 4-barrel opening. That opening right into the manifold. When you pour in here, that's the manifold.
Well, most carburetors you can.
The carburetors, the float area is connected to the gas inlet.
Well, how do you fill the bowls up before you start?
Right here, you have to have a little screw that unhooks, and you fill it up there. Like the Studebakers had a little ring, a little nut here, a little bolt with a gasket that you could take out, and you poured gas in there, and that went into the float chamber. But where this doesn't have that access, when you pour gas in there, it goes into the manifold.
Okay.
But if it had a bolt right here with a little funnel with a nut, you could take that out and pour gas right there, and that is This is how the gas gets to the float bowl right here. No, this just goes to the manifold.
Well, I just know on some of the 4-wheel carburetors, it has this little spout here. You can fill that, put gas in that. It'll fill all the bowls.
Oh my lord, is that right?
Yeah. Like you know how the carburetor usually has that one coming up.
Yeah.
Well, I just take a mustard bottle or ketchup bottle with gas.
Blue Studebaker. It had a little bolt right here with a washer that you took out, and you just dump your gas right there, and it went into the float. Okay. But here, no, that goes right to the manifold. That's open. If you look down through, there's the manifold.
But I'm just right in this hole right here.
Oh, yes.
That hole there. If you squirted gas in that, would that fill the bowl?
Yes, it would. Oh, that's what you meant. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. If you had the bowl full, then you wouldn't have to do anything.
Then you also have to do this back one too if you want the back.
Do them all.
Yeah, because there's 2 sets of floats.
Fill the carburetor up, and then you'll have no problem with anything. Taking the breather off and on, off and on, off and on. I don't know how you're going to get your gas in there, that's all. Do you have a little squirt bottle?
I know. Actually, what I was going to do is I'm going to hook up the choke. Oh. And then I just pull the choke on to crank the gas up. But it's crucial that I take the choke off before it gets to firing, or else it's going to flood.
I can hold my hand over
Remember
it.
that time I did the Hudson? I choked it too much. Okay, I gotta get on this side.
I'm gonna go down this way and back up around.
But I was told that when you pull a manual choke on and you flood it, that will not exceed the float and needle. So the gas can only come in till the float and needle stop it. So I obviously had the float and needle, either the float was stuck down or the needle had, the needle had a speck of dirt that kept it open, so the floats allowed the gas to come in. But it didn't appear that the floats were touching on the case, and it didn't.
This thing here. That would put gas in for you. Rust buster.
So anyway, I was told if you pull that closed, you will flood the motor, but you won't flood the carburetor. It was definitely a float needle problem, or wrong pieces put together out of sync that aren't matched up right, and it's doesn't have any stop to the gas. Like something's wrong. Like as I said, this top is off one carburetor, and the bottom, which looked identical, is off another one, because I needed the throttle hook.
All right, I'm going to use
So
your
it may or may not work, but it can't work any worse than it did the other day unless it blows up.
There you go.
Yeah, we all just say our prayers first and see where it takes us. Okay. One more little screw and yeah, the choke linkage was so complicated, and I was missing 3/4 of the pieces, so there was no way of trying to get it to work. Wow, wonder what's going on there. Half an inch.
The old garage is looking good back there, Jim. Got it all cleaned up, all the vehicles out of the way. Looking good, man.
Well, isn't that funny? That all of a sudden doesn't seem to go on there anymore. It's too short. Now, why would that be all of a sudden too short? We put the carburetor back on.
The second is it pulled.
Oh, I know what I did. Okay, yeah, stupid me. Yeah, wrong screw. It goes on this one. Yeah, put it on the wrong screw on the carburetor.
Flathead?
Yeah.
Got too big?
Nope. Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Nope. No, it's okay. Yeah, it goes on that next screw. Well, it's been a couple hours, I guess.
You want
that's,
the black one?
Yeah, the black one's a little nicer working. Yeah, because right now the
Man, you're putting the suspense in on this one.
what?
You're putting the suspense on this one.
Well, yeah. I wonder if anybody's got any nerves left. I know I don't. Yeah. Put that over there.
Here, this is the one you want, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that lines up a little better, because right now the choke in there on the dash is in off position, so, and it works good, the cable works good, but I have to be careful when I pull on the choke, not to pull too hard and close it right off, because chokes don't like closed right off.
Tighten that back screw back up too, eh?
Yeah, and there's supposed to be a little spring on that to keep that from closing off all the way on manual chokes, but I'll have to investigate that to see exactly how it works. There.
Okay. Now you're cooking with gas.
Okay. We're very close to finding out the scenario here, possibly.
Mustang going by.
There. Choke on, choke off. Okay, put my,
Homemade breather back on.
yeah. Well, this choke pulled like that. It does pull the gas up.
Yeah.
But
sure.
the problem is, as I said, you've got to kind of let the choke off before it's ready to start. But according to what I've been told, the choke will not cause gas to pour out here. That's needle and seat and float. So I definitely had a needle seat float issue.
Here, check that side of the carburetor. See if it's tight enough for you. That was my side.
Oh,
I just want to make sure you just
actually,
check the nuts on it. That check the nuts there. Just make sure it's tight as you want it. If it's whatever.
Okay, now you check that side to see if it suits you, because this side was tighter, I think, than what I got it.
I don't want to tighten it down too tight. Screw that forward off. I don't want to.
Oh,
I know what'll happen. You'll say no.
no,
I gotta fix it.
No, I won't say nothing like that. There it fits. I find where everything's been homemade, it fits real snug in one particular spot. Everywhere else it rocks. And
It's like that table you were talking about.
yeah.
After a while, it would be a footstool.
Okay. Well, if this thing runs and doesn't have gas pouring out,
Yeah.
and stays running,
Yeah.
we can hoot and haw all we want. But the very first thing we have to do is start pouring oil in the transmission.
Yeah.
Because right now, the transmission's been drained, the torque converter was drained, and I got 5 liters in there, and it's supposed to take 10.5.
Okay, I'd be nervous.
So nothing's going to work. Nothing's going to work. And I got the back wheels blocked, and unfortunately, it goes park, neutral, drive, second, first, reverse, which means when I'm going from first to reverse, there's no neutral in between, so I didn't want to jack the car up in the air and have the wheels in there and have the wheels turning, say, in first, and then put it in reverse, because I had no brakes. So I got the tires blocked.
You've got some transmission fluid in it, though.
I have 5 liters, but it's supposed to take 10.5, and nothing's going to work until.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've asked a couple people. I didn't get an answer. But what I'm worried about: how slow can I pour the oil in? Does it hurt the motor? Does it hurt the transmission to run low on oil?
Well, that's
nothing
what I'm
works.
saying. You have to be careful on that, because I've had not put transmission fluid in a transmission before you start it up, and it can.
Okay, well, I put 5 liters, but it won't take long for it to start pumping.
Yeah.
And it should start pumping as soon as motor's turned over.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as motor runs, but it's going to pump. Nothing's going to work until it's right up on the dip,
No,
right up. But there's where it goes in. I have a little tiny funnel,
Yeah.
and I'll have to pour it from a big jug into a little jug to get in there to pour the oil in.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to overflow the oil. I don't want to pour it all over the floor. So if it does run,
Shut it off.
well, you're supposed to. It only. Well, if I have it running,
Yeah.
I don't really want to turn it off.
You want to put transmission fluid in it.
But I have to put the transmission oil in and check it, and keep pouring it in and check it. But I'm concerned about pouring it in too slow or too fast, because if I pour it in too fast, it's going to overflow and go on the floor. And if I pour it in too slow, does it hurt the... It probably doesn't hurt the transmission. There is oil there. It's going to pump. It won't go in gear. It won't work in the gear.
You don't want
until it
gear
has
here yet anyways, do you?
Well,
I would do all that stuff outside.
I had no brakes, so I got it blocked. So if I know when you're pouring the oil in, you go through the gears, and that's how the pump fills up all the different cavities for the different gears. It has to pump to get oil in. Once all levels are full on all the components, then there's a chance that some of the gears are going to work.
Well,
But this transmission, I had no idea if it's going to be any good. There's only 5 clicks on the shifter, and there's supposed to be 6. So there might not be any park, or there might not be any reverse, or maybe it's because it needs oil pressure before reverse works.
I just want to hear that motor run.
Well,
You have a linkage here set up here. Is this a kickdown linkage here?
No, that's kick down linkage. Yes, I left it off because I lost the little
Right.
clip.
You have a bolt right there for the back of that.
Yeah, that spark plug water bracket.
Yeah.
That can be put in after.
Okay.
Okay. This is only half full, but
You're just starting it.
I know if we have any problem.
The filter will. I'll know when you're getting gas. I'll see the filter
Yeah.
fill up. Not as tight when it's hitting the filter.
We'll know pretty quick if we got a problem because gas will pour out. Gas will pour out. See the door there?
Yeah, that's a fire extinguisher right there.
That's the fire extinguisher. I should almost go get the Ferrari keys because the other fire extinguisher's in the car.
We'll shut it down before it catches on fire, won't we?
Yes, but maybe it'll catch on fire after we shut it down.
Okay.
But one fire extinguisher, I know with fire extinguisher, make sure you're accurate. Don't hit the flames. Hit where the flames come from because you only got a couple triggers. Then the fire extinguisher is empty.
You want to hope that.
Like you don't want to hit the flames. Like you've got to get right where the fire is. Bang, 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 bang. Fire extinguisher is empty. Did I make it? Did I get it? You know what I mean? Because if you miss and the fire extinguisher is empty, there you are. Like and all like blankets might work, but water hose is turned off. Anyway,
I can tell when you're getting fuel. I'll watch here. Start this going. It's turned over. And we'll get fuel. I want to see. Ooh, I'll watch here.
how's that wrong?
I can see we get fuel in
yeah.
the filter, right?
Yeah. Okay, I gotta hook up the battery. Well, anyway, don't
I'll let you know when that's full.
don't
How's that?
stick your fingers in the fan.
No. But thank you very much for the.
Yeah.
Because no, I don't want my fingers in the fan. No. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. What happened?
It started.
I got no throttle in here. No gas pedal.
Oh, it started.
Yes, gas pouring.
It pumped up to your filter. It
Yeah,
pumped.
Oh, I got the key turned off now.
You've got no gas going anywheres.
Oh, well that's before. Yesterday, it ran like shit and gas right now was just flooding out the carburetor everywhere.
It just poured into the.
Like gas was, like right now, gas was dripping everywhere. Filled all this, like it.
Okay, well, just a second.
So right now,
listen for a second. You've got
maybe, that was yesterday's gas in the cylinders.
Yeah, that's right. You get a little bit of fuel.
Oh,
you get a little
yes.
bit of fuel down there in your thing.
Yeah, it's going to take a couple more cranks before it gets up.
There you go.
Okay. But it
Man, that sounded good.
It sounded better than yesterday. Oh, I put new plugs in it.
Whoop, whoop,
It was only running on like 4 cylinders.
Are you going to try it again?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
There's no harm, even if I get it running and we run for a few minutes. We turn it off. Then I'll slowly pour some oil and transfer.
You've got antifreeze and all that.
Yes, it right up until it circulates. I don't know if it's going to go down.
Well, I mean,
Yes, it's antifreeze. It's right up that far from top.
that sounded good.
Okay, now when it gets going, reach down to the throttle. Grab hold of the throttle right now and get used to it. Because I have no gas pedal in here and I don't want to use the choke as throttle.
Here, I'll turn it over. You do your throttle thing. You know you've been playing with that
No,
throttle
no,
all
okay.
day.
Here's the throttle.
Yeah.
This goes right there.
Yeah.
That's throttle. And
I'm not going to go the 4 barrels.
4 barrels are coming back every time. So the 4 barrels are working.
So what
put
you're saying
your
is I can
thumb
open
right
up?
there. Finger here.
Yeah.
Thumb here.
Yeah.
That's throttle. So because I don't want to run choke for running the throttle. And I have no gas pedal in there. So one finger, just like that.
Got you, brother.
Since I'm just, like, I might be the star of the show today, but you're the show. So you do the
Start
main
the show.
Okay. Oh, more choke?
got gas.
We got gas running there. Shut her off. That's
In
it.
the back.
Yeah.
Not in the front, but in the back. The gas was pouring out everywhere yesterday.
Okay, well, it's pouring out again. Look, look.
Oh, yeah,
Everywhere.
the same. Yeah, we got gas pouring out everywhere. Okay, whatever's wrong is still the same problem as it was before then.
Yeah.
But at least we heard it run. But
Whoop whoop. She runs. If I got I might have a carburetor over there for you, Jimbo.
well, look at that gas.
Yeah, it is running bad, isn't it?
Well,
Why?
this. Don't have to worry about the transmission oil yet. Well,
that's good.
There you go. We know that I have an idea. It's the multi-mixedness of the three carburetors put together might be mismatched in something, and something's not working right because of it. Because the floats and the needles appeared to be working absolutely fine when I had it out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't leaking out the surge pump. It started in the back, didn't it?
Well, I'd never seen a carburetor leak like that before. Have you?
No.
No, me neither.
No.
I've never seen a carburetor leak
No.
fuel everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing it didn't take too long to put it on.
I think I'd have a carburetor over there. And
Why didn't you say this before? I wouldn't have messed the last 2 or 3 days on this carburetor.
no, you would have still messed with it. I wouldn't have stopped you.
I
one
like the
bit.
word holly, but someone was talking to me yesterday about hollies. It work pretty good on these things.
I do have
But I
a
don't
holly,
need
a
a holly.
holly over there.
Oh.
I do have one over there, and you're more than welcome to it. I might
It
have
can't.
I have a
No
couple of them.
carburetor can actually work worse than this one.
Well, at the present moment, you're right. You're right. You might have to switch stuff around again with the linkage and all that sort of
Well,
stuff.
my biggest problem is my throttle off the firewall pushes forward on
Yeah.
the carburetor. When a lot of carburetors it pulls back, like it's got like a teeter-totter in there somehow. So that, but my throttle on the firewall pushes forward.
I will say the motor sounds good though.
Yeah, until
Yeah.
it flooded out.
Yeah, it did. Like it
Yeah.
sounds.
They'll harden them plugs.
Then we'll hurt them and clean them off.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no, we got gas dripping.
All right then.
Well, I was hoping that I was hoping the kind of the same thing as a guess and hope for the best, but technically I had an idea that I didn't fix anything, so I didn't think it was really going to work. But I know it didn't appear to have any problem in the needle and seat and the floats. And the floats haven't been wet long enough to know if they sink or not. Like
It hadn't been full.
no, like the gas just got in there and it started pouring out. Almost like the whole side of the carburetor is missing.
Yeah, I've never seen a
know what I
carburetor
mean?
like that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What I'm
Yeah,
thinking is that we have a carburetor over
Something is not doing its job in there for one reason or another.
there. Well, you have a kit now.
Yeah, but I don't want to waste the kit.
That's not wasting the kit.
Well, it is if I don't know how, like, I don't think it's the kit. The kit is not the problem here, because all those gaskets, everything looked good. So I think,
You've got the carburetor mixed up a little
see,
bit.
none of these carburetors have ever come off of anything I know that ran. None of these carburetors have been run for 40 years, and they came from junk. Like, 2 carburetors came with this car. One was on the junk motor, one was in the trunk. The other one came on top of a rag on top of this motor, and the guy said, this isn't the carburetor we were running. It just came along with it to hold the rag in place.
Okay. Well, I've got a carburetor over there you should be able to use, or a gas, or some kind of spacer to get it going.
Well, okay.
And you come over. Jolene's got.
Oh, that's the trade. I'll give you those 4-barrel dome things in the house.
Well, we got.
That has 2 carburetors on it, too.
Jolene has a new
Tablet.
a new tablet.
Oh. To replace mine that fell on the floor and broke at your place. Your evil cement floor took my iPad.
Yeah, we got a brand new one.
Sucked it
over there.
right off my lap and bang onto the cement.
We would trade you for your intake.
Okay. Well, actually, I already gave you the intake long before you
Even knew I had it?
Well, it was yours a month ago, but I never got it to you.
Cool. Well, I'll tell you
Well,
what. We'll leave it
well,
with
that's
you.
kind of disappointing, but I guess
That's not disappointing.
nothing is going to happen before it's supposed to. So this was not supposed to run today. It was supposed to dump gas out like it did. But all I know is it didn't appear to have a needle and seat and float problem, but there's definitely a problem.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's, there was no saying that the carburetor, any of these carburetors would work no matter who worked on them, but I multi-mixed them. I took the best looking parts of each carburetor and put them together.
Seems like there's like a
there's
wrong hole going something off or...
They were very similar from what I could tell, same as when you look at them, they look the same. You know, but I know they're not 57 Oldsmobile carburetors. They're 58 or newer, because the 57s and older are fatter. Because in 58, they lowered them, and this carburetor is identical to the 58 in the book. So these are all newer carburetors. So I'm not even running the original carburetor. These are all newer carburetors because they're skinnier. The 57 and older were fatter carburetors because it says in 1958, they redesigned the carburetors totally. They're still what Rochester's, but they work similar, but they changed them because the car had a lower hood. So they made a lower design carburetor. And according to the information in the pictures, that's what I have. That's this carburetor right here, skinny. Because the older ones, I guess, were a little fatter.
Okay.
But anyway, the book tells you every detail if you understand the details. But if you don't understand the details, they go in one ear and out the other. Like the little pictures of the arrows of the gas going here and there and all the information. You'd have to study carburation design and performance for years. Like doctors go to university to learn how to be doctors. Well, if you want to know everything about carburetors, you pretty well have to study every detail about them and be able to be smart enough to design your own in order to problem shoot them, because they're so complicated in the book. But anyway,
if you want to come over later on with your intake, we'll trade you the...
Well, if I'm driving the Ferrari, I don't really want to put a great big heavy dome in.
What? Just strap it down in the trunk. No, I'm just shitting.
Well, we can go up to the house and grab it.
I just trade you. You bring it over. If you want to go to the house and get it, trade you. We'll come on over, get the tablet, and we'll do a trade. If there's a carburetor and a spacer, you can take that too. Whatever it takes to get you running.
Well, yeah, I wish I knew more about this stuff, but I don't know if I want to spend half my life learning.
Come on, what else?
You know what I mean? It's kind of like the old Skidoos had those old Tillotsons, and
that small rake.
Yeah, it opens up.
I see. Yeah. We just watched a video this morning about Buddy and the small rake. And Gerald Smeltzer. It was funny. It was funny. Oh man, feel the weather.
Yeah, I went for a nice drive yesterday.
Did you?
I drove Ferrari 200 miles down to like Annapolis and back. All back twisty roads. And you know, all the back twisty roads are all brand new pavement everywhere.
Wow, that's hard to believe. We went the back road to Berwick, or up the mountain. Remember that one? Every 100 feet it was dug up with.
Oh,
terrible.
Yeah, the bad road.
It was.
Well, you guys are taking off. When you back out and you back up this side on the lawn, just back up a little farther and I'll go in the house because the manifold's in the front porch.
Okay.
And open your trunk and I'll go out through the front porch and we can put it in the trunk.
Well, we'll just walk up with you. I don't have to back the car up. That way there, make it less complicated. I got to see this thing. Is it a Wheeland?
It's aluminum.
Yeah, alumni.
And it has carburetors on it.
It does?
Yeah.
Why aren't you using on that?
Because they're already bolted on that manifold, and they're much bigger. I don't even know what they are, but they're not. I don't think they're Holley, but they're aluminum carburetors, and it's aluminum, and they're in line.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've been told that's small block 350. They're in line.
I was going to say, which way are you going up?
Well, I'll have to go this way because the door's locked.
Man, what a beautiful day.
Yeah, we got to soak it. Don't want to be trapped in the garage all day on a day like today.
No, that's for sure.
Pretty soon it won't be like this.
Put a little bush in it, huh?
Yeah.
You can move that lantern, would you?
Oh, yeah, the light bulb's in the bag. Huh? Come this way. Green.
Oh, Jimbo, you in?
Well,
would you?
Cobwebs and all.
Yeah. You know what? I don't even know what that
Yeah.
carburetor is.
Well, those I could have tried. I probably would have had better luck with one of those carburetors. But that appears to work. But I don't know what they are. Where does it say what they are?
No, it doesn't even say that. Firing order. Do you know what the? Yeah.
But I was told that when they're in line, that means it's a small block, because
Distributors in the
if
back.
they're off to the side, it means it's a big block.
Okay.
But that's not my facts, just I've been told.
Wow, that's quite a little unit.
But what kind of carburetors are they?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I don't know. Like you said,
Where does it say?
it doesn't. It's a carburetor.
Oh, it's Carter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two carburetors.
Yep. One's hooked up with the choke.
I thought it was just an intake. That's quite
But
something
anyway,
else.
they've
Two
been
carburetors
sitting
on
there,
it. Wow.
You know, they're full of ladybugs and cobwebs and spiders.
Alrighty, man. Well,
No, yeah, cobwebs.
Bring her-
Yeah, oh, there's probably a big spider, because there was a big hole in that cobweb. But anyway, yuck. Yeah.
Man, that's cool. Yeah. Alright, you come over. Come on over after a bit, whenever you want to, and we'll give you that tablet and try to get your carburetor and a spacer. See what we can come up with. That looks like
See, that's
to me that would run.
that
quick.
pulls back. Well, wait a minute. Is this the front or is this the front?
Well,
This is the front of the
right.
motor.
Distributors in the back.
Okay. This. Oh, yeah, that would have worked on my car. Like push forward,
Yeah.
or
It'd be a shame to break them up.
yeah,
though,
I
you
know. Like they're already on
It
there.
would be a shame to break it
Yeah.
up.
But anyway, that's.
And you're letting me take that home.
Oh no, that's yours. I gave it to you months ago, but I just never got it to you.
Look at that now, would you? Hickory dickory dock.
If
I don't know.
like myself, I think I can get enough trouble with one carburetor. So if you got two, I think we. There's lots to learn, and I suggest before you tackle too much on it that you learn something. Because that's twice the fire, right? Twice the gas.
Yes, sir.
like you have gas spillage there, you're going to have a lot of gas spillage.
Yes, sir.
But anyway,
That's nice, Jimbo.
Yep. But,
All right. We'll take this home, see what we can do. New Bronco going.
well, yeah.
And if you want to pop over, I'll be there.
Don't have any 350 Chevs.
Yeah, I've got a couple of them.
You got any of your recent buys home yet?
Let's see. 62 wagons home.
Okay.
Still sitting on a trailer, actually.
It almost looks like this car, except for this wagon.
Yeah. Well, that one's a Mercury, this one's a Ford.
You know, they're both black and chrome and same kind of era.
Yeah, they're both 62s.
Oh, okay.
The other one is like it's got a little different stainless on it. And what I can say is the other cars, like, it needs some work over the quarters, but other than that, it seems to be a pretty good old car. You know, it seems to be a pretty good old car. See what's in here from our last buy-ins.
Well, that reminds me, when I used to do a lot of shopping or going to stores and stuff, I had to wait until I was home and opened up the bags before I knew exactly what I bought.
Bought a Dodge truck.
Oh yeah, yep. A little race car.
Little race car there. I like this car when I bought it. It had all the stuffed cardboard still in it.
Yeah.
And I like that part, you know. Just, I don't know.
It's never sat in a junkyard.
Not like the rest of
No,
them, eh?
like most things I've ever come across, I've always spent time in a junkyard.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. I'm going to put this right back here, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't go anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. Cool.
Wow.
I'm going to take that out when I get home, though. I even like the wheels in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not many have that, do they?
Yeah, that looks like it's never even been off.
That made me happy. All right, Jimbo.
Yep.
Whenever you want to pop over, we'll be there.
Yeah, I should be out this afternoon.
All
For
right.
a little drive.
We'll see you after a bit then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got your car running. Carburetor sucks, though.
Yeah, I hate it when things flood. But
It don't
I
do
guess
anything for nothing, does it?
yeah, I didn't really pay the bill, I guess, so I get what I deserve.
Is that what happens? You get me dessert? Cool.
Well, as I said, the needle and seat and float appeared to work, so I put it back together. But I obviously didn't fix the problem. You know, but the problem might not be fixable in that it might need those 3 carburetors mixed back right, because as I said, they're all a little bit different, and I multi-mixed them. You know.
See what happens. Alrighty, we're heading home.
Yep.
And we'll probably see you after a bit then.
Yep.
Okay.
Take care.
Thanks, Jimbo.